Bolt. No, he's still here.
Okay.
Want to come up for me? Hold it. You get a better angle.
If you want to.
I know. Yeah, they record this far.
What's that?
How long do you want me to record this?
Hold it and just look past him.
Anyway,
Turn
yeah.
our gate down a little bit. There we go.
Like you just scroll in, and now you can just look at them besides the
So
camera.
yeah, this panel,
That you're
we
straight.
got YouTube and stuff, and other stuff, and
That's good.
Things you do on computers.
yeah, this is on computers. Like, so I guess we'll start off with introductions if you feel like
I
yeah,
could probably
should.
put up a tree.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
To point out who the hell we are, I'm Mike Birdman Dodd from ThisWeekInGeek.net, but I also work with outlets such as Newstalk 1010 in Toronto, Clear Channel Radio in the US, Vista Radio, and other broadcast outlets. I went to school for radio and video and public relations, so been online producing content since 2007, over 1,500 hours so far, and counting. I don't do anything else. You just like to send your own voice, don't you?
Trying to keep it in key with the constant resonance. I am Gabriel Brown over Black Griffon, and yeah, I just woke up, but I went to bed at 9 a.m. because I was working on Tweet It, which we will be premiering at 4 p.m. And I wasn't finished, so I worked on it all night. But it's finished now. I'm excited. Hope you guys come and see it. Everyone's in it.
Every
I
single one.
can't remember. Yeah, every.
Was she?
Ashley, Tara Strong, Andrea, of course. Peter, Lee, right?
Kathy.
Yesterday.
Tabitha.
Okay, go ahead. You.
Okay. Yes.
Some other people, and then like Mitch, Emma Larson, and some other
You
people.
say me. All right. Hi.
Yes, it's awesome though. But anyway, yeah, I do YouTube and stuff, and that's what's up.
Here,
Hello, my name is Michelle Beaver,
Trim me seats.
and pretty sure all of you know me as the voice of Apple on My Little Pony and sing for the album and sing voices for people. And yeah, regular YouTuber. So good stuff. All right. Okay.
go.
Let's proceed. So the title of this panel is called How to Start?
Introduction to YouTube.
Introduction to YouTube. Okay.
So questions, that's totally.
Yeah, there is no stupid questions here today.
Exactly.
Well, why don't you tell them about your history with YouTube just to give them some idea what they can have?
That's a good idea. Why aren't you moderating this thing?
I could do this.
You should. Come on down.
We're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
The price is right. Okay, so with YouTube and stuff that I do is music and animation, and after doing it for a while, I just started kind of learning what you got to do to kind of keep people interested, you know, and keep people watching, and so that's yeah, I've gotten, I think, pretty decent at it. So if you have any questions regarding that, I would be happy to answer them.
You just passed 55,000 subscribers, didn't you?
Yes.
And how long did it take you to build that up?
2 years?
Yeah. So do you have any tips on how you did
I've
that?
never seen them.
Make stuff. Make stuff people like, keep things, you know, fresh and original. And I do find that quality over quantity works. A lot of people upload a lot and they feel like they have to constantly be uploading stuff to keep people interested. Being in the military, I am lucky, or was lucky, if I uploaded something once every 6 months. But people still, you know, follow the stuff that's out there. And, you know, not all your subscribers are going to see the video upload all at once and then, you know, be bored for the next one. You know, people keep watching, so that's.
So you have a variety of videos. There's something for everyone, you know, that's important. Because different people are going to like different things. So you've got animation, you've got songs, you started vlogging, you started your subscribe video of anyone.
Rachel, oh, that
See
thing
that?
was hilarious.
50,000 subscriber
Did
video.
you guys see that? Don't answer to that. We did a 50,000 subscriber video.
Tabitha's
Me, Michelle, and
Tabitha.
Tabitha. It was so. We built this Rube Goldberg machine that goes around the entire living room. It was awesome. Really fun.
Did it work?
It does work.
And
It works very
in
well.
the video, it worked. It didn't work. We spent a long time getting that thing to work. We even based the premise of the video off of the awkwardness of it not working in case it never worked. Tabitha had to go home.
Yeah.
So it was pretty.
Tabitha brought cookies.
She did bring the kids.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but every time there's a session for MLP, Tabitha brings cookies if she's on the session. So she's kind of known as the cookie queen.
You should bring marshmallows.
I don't know, yeah, the extra
She should
sugar.
bring marshmallow cookies. Then
There you go.
it's about the both world.
How many of you guys are on YouTube already? How many people have a channel?
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
My
Awesome.
brothers.
What?
They're both us.
What?
And what kind of content are you guys putting on right now?
I thought you should talk about everything.
Fanfic readings.
I'm an electronic music producer who's just starting out right now. I just remixed my very first song a few days ago, but I'm working to actually learn more about Fruity Loop Studio 10 and actually work at making songs and then start performing at local venues.
Cool. So remixes, music, fanfics. What else did I hear?
Bridge series.
What's that?
And a bridge series.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. Yeah. So, do people have? Who has specific questions? Like, we could start with questions.
Yeah, let's ask this question that we did with me and Lee's panel this morning. What do you guys want? What do you want this panel to be like? Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question in general for all you guys have.
Do we have a microphone so everybody can hear their questions?
Oh, I can speak up loud. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's fine. The microphone doesn't work. I think everyone can hear.
Mike man.
Okay, I do have a question for all of you guys here. I would like to start a YouTube channel as a blog-wise, but I do have a fear about haters, and I do fear my life if one day if I say something wrong, that I'll get death threats. Is that like something paranoid that I would get, or is that like common?
Well, that depends on what you want to talk about, really. I mean, I myself on my radio and podcast, I'm not afraid to say anything, and neither should you really. If you're going to say something really controversial, expect blowback. But you just have to be smart with what you're going to say. I mean, don't say something controversial for the sake of being controversial. If you're going to say it, be able to back it up. And it's YouTube. You are literally in the unethical jungle of jerks. Although thanks to them screwing up Google Plus real nicely. So my advice to you is I wouldn't be too worried about it because you're always going to get someone who's unreasonable and says, oh, you suck because of this, that, and the other thing. But, just don't be a jerk about stuff for the sake of being a jerk.
Yeah, no, what helped me is, if you think about it, a lot of the people who troll and who say stupid stuff, they have no idea who you are. They have no idea, they have no way of ever really even finding out who you are, where you are. And just don't even pay attention to it.
Actually, my dance teacher said the best thing. He said, don't let people rent space in your head for free.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
They got paid for that.
Wow. Yeah. Question?
So you said there were no stupid questions, right?
Right. This is
2 plus 2 is 4.
No, I know that one, but I was going to ask, do you love Google Plus as much as I do?
Hell no.
That is a stupid question. It's probably not. It's not my most favorite thing. It's right under jabbing ice pick under my toenail.
I like to think of it as witchcraft and sorcery. I just don't get it personally. It's just them just forcing it down your throat. Now that YouTube is completely busted for comments.
Yep.
Although I'll say this, give it 3 months, they'll fix it.
Yeah, with another update.
There's always
Facebook never did.
Middle
No one
layout
uses
change.
Facebook.
there already are
Barely.
some improvements on the
Yeah.
comment thing.
No one uses Twitter, because what the heck is timeline?
It takes a while to get used to it.
Yeah, they did fix it. Yes.
So when you come to the the actual filming of things, what kind of lights do you use, or do you look at a certain kind of background, or we have somebody who's wanting to do science popularization, but get some real honest to God science out there, and he's a really good communicator, but we don't know how best to show him for a YouTube video. So what kind of things could you, we heard about for voice, like the microphone recommendations and stuff, but what can you recommend for background or lights, that kind of stuff?
I mean, some people just film like against a blank wall, but I think it's kind of cool if you're in your office with all your science stuff around you, and people can visually see that you're into this stuff, and it's just find a cool setting that people are like, oh, that looks cool, you know.
And build some continuity, like some branding for what you're
where you're
on
from
your channel. You know?
Yeah, catchphrase or something. And I would say lighting, I don't know, I never really, as long as I'm not backlit, I never really worried too much about the lighting. I think I find it's more about the content, I guess. You know, if you're making something that's really interesting that people really want to see, they're not going to notice the lighting unless it's horribly bad.
I would actually disagree with that. Simply, when I went to broadcast school for this, do you know what 3-point lighting is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Basically, you want to make sure you are well lit, because despite as awesome as your content is, no one's going to keep watching if it looks like crap. And especially now, since you don't want to be shooting in anything less than 720p with cameras now. So if you can you can go to Canadian Tire, and there are these, I can't remember what specifically they're called, but they're like these floodlights, and they're about this long, and they sit on these C-stands. If you get 2 or 3 of those with some gel paper, which you can get from any photography store, cost you maybe $5-10 for some gels, you can do that. Or alternatively, if you want to use natural light, you can use natural light. However, though, sunlight is colored differently than, say, this light. If you were to film this on camera, this will appear very orange. If you take something called a sunlight gel, put that on your window, so that the sunlight will come through as a natural color that your eye actually processes, and the camera will look the same as that. So, what I recommend, how much video experience do you have editing? Any at all?
He has
I would be much more.
Are you using Final Cut, Adobe, Avid? What are you using?
I need to figure it out more, but I would probably be using
Final Cut.
no Autodesk.
Adobe.
Sorry, what are you using?
I would probably be using Autodesk Smoke.
Okay. If you want to, this is really slick, and a lot of people on YouTube do this. They do chroma key, which is basically green screen. If you can learn that, you can definitely up your content. As long as you're well lit, you can have the graphic behind you change. Like Monique was saying about having your branding, you can have that over your shoulder while you're doing whatever you're doing. Plus, if you have advanced diagrams or whatever, say, hey, here's how the science works. Here's blank molecule or whatever. So that's what I would recommend from a professional standpoint.
Are you thinking of your episodes, are they more or less you delivering the content, or are you, is there action involved, or are you know?
I'm an astrophysicist, so I've actually been using Google Plus from early on, and have 28,000 followers, so I like Google Plus. But
you sure are a warlord.
We're using it as a blog, so it's all just been text-based.
Right.
yeah, I haven't done video yet, but
And
basically
so,
explaining things is kind of where I'm thinking.
yeah, okay. Well, then I was just wondering if you're set, like if you're, you would need to be changing where you are all the time. But I think if it's delivered like that and you intend to sort of be in one place, developing some cool look that's interesting and consistent.
Unique to you. You guys ever heard of Vsauce?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, yes.
Another person, if you want an idea, because I follow a lot of astrophysics stuff too. If you want an idea of a good set, there's a show called, I think it's called D News. And it's literally just them on a couch with an interesting background and a TV going in the background. That's not bad. And if you want to take a look in terms of content, that's really short and to the point, but follows your type of thing. There's a series I follow on YouTube called Suspicious Observers. And it's him voicing it. So if you're not comfortable doing video, you can always do audio with graphics as well, if you want to investigate that as well.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will subscribe to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Science is awesome. Give me the hat.
Yeah, okay. So as you guys are like semi-famous or famous on YouTube, how do you guys feel about people using like your likeness, like for example, Apple Bloom's voice in other parody videos or stuff like this, or using your songs or stuff like that?
If someone wants to pretend to be a 500-pound native guy, I'm okay with that. Party on.
Do you want to answer that?
How do I feel about people doing parodies of?
You're using samples of her voice. Is that what you mean?
That or like even like someone's family content too. There's some people who do quite spot on voices of other people too.
Oh, I see. Like on fan animations when people do the voice of.
Yeah, how do you feel about stuff like that?
Oh, I think it's cool. I like watching all the fan stuff, and like Double Rainbow was amazing, and Friendship is Witchcraft, super cool. I think there's a lot of good fan voice actors, and it's kind of cool to see how they have their own way of doing the characters sometimes, and I enjoy watching them.
And there's also some amazing, one of the things that we've loved watching are when fans have taken some of her songs and made PMVs of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been blown away. And Gabe, you've had some great PMVs to some of your music too. Blown away by some of the stuff the fans do. The first one we saw, I think, of Michelle's was Boy from New York City. It was a collaboration she'd done with Manda Pony, and someone from the UK did a PMV. We were sitting there, we're sitting there. Just awestruck. We couldn't believe that the way, because he'd actually, I think there was only maybe a season and a half out at the time that he did it, and he made it lip synced so that Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle, mostly it was sung by Sweetie Belle, and there was very relatively small amount of footage for him to choose from to get the lip syncing lined up, and it was quite amazing. And then there's been quite a few since then that have been really neat too, so I like those. And then some great remixes of the songs too.
I mean, that's definitely part of it. The second question I had is, what does the box say?
What does the
Yeah.
Did you see the video that Black Griffin's brother did about that?
I don't believe so.
You have
My
to tell
brother,
me.
Basic, he didn't upload it to his channel. This is one thing I don't recommend, by the way. He has a different channel for almost everything that he does, and
Yeah, not recommended.
each channel does not have very many subscribers because I don't know. I feel like he should incorporate them all into one channel so that people can, and then maybe make playlists or something. But he seems to think that people won't appreciate the
see,
versatility, and they'll think, yeah, well, if he does dubstep and classical music, jazz or something, people will be like, oh, what's this? But in reality, I think most people are impressed by versatility.
Yeah.
But he did he's at the Naval Academy right now. He did a Spirit Spot where he covered or parodied What Does the Fox Say and changed it to What Does the Zoomy Say, which is the semi-derogatory term that the Navy calls Air Force cadets.
It's a fantastic video.
It is. It's pretty good. But just back to your other question real quick, I would say I draw the line at plagiarism, but everything else I have. Yeah, every once in a while people will upload a song and be like, look what I made. And I'm like,
and then you're like,
exactly my
lies?
song, yeah. Most of the time, it's flattering.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Other questions? Yes.
Oh, what about having all your things on one channel? How do you organize it?
Playlists.
It has playlists, yeah.
Yep.
So if you have different shows, for example, that if you have a science episodes or comedy episodes, and just put them on different playlists and have a title for them, and just say original songs, covers, parodies, whatever.
Comedy sketches.
Yeah.
One of the things we do for my websites, thisweekgeek.net, we have separate podcast feeds. So, kind of like how you said it's not a good idea. It depends, though. For example, we have a lot of people subscribe to just Ponyville and not the other stuff that we do. So you have to kind of know your audience, and don't be above asking them. Like, if you do a vlog, say, hey, what do you guys want? And sometimes it works, but playlists, I think, is definitely the way to go. go, especially if you're mostly kind of visual content. If you're audio, you can do it via RSS as one feed, but if you cut it into a few others, it's not that big a deal. If that's what they want, that's what they want.
I have a plan for a video series that I want to produce. The only problem is that I'm on the thread of a shoestring budget at this point. Like, it's not, and I didn't realize until I started writing the screenplay for the first couple episodes how far my reach it extended my grasp. Just because it's not overly complex, it's more or less just characters talking. It's sort of an exploration thing. But I wanted to have it with multiple characters, different locations, a little bit of movement in each episode, just to keep things visually interesting. So I guess I kind of have two questions. One, do you have any recommendations for a setup for that sort of film? And two, what sort of like low budget but good quality video editing stuff would you recommend for that sort of thing? Because like Final Cut's a brilliant program, but it gets really bloody expensive.
Yeah, when I went to college back in 2006, I bought my first MacBook and my first Final Cut, and I spent over $6,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see that. Although I would, honestly, if you want to take it seriously, I would recommend getting a really good video editor. Now, like, suite of software. Final Cut's good. Vegas isn't bad. I've heard both sides of the coin where you say it's awesome and it sucks. As for the camera setup, is it mostly going to be indoors or outside?
Mix of both. One particular character I have an idea for being more inside guy. I will do quite a bit of it outside. Right now I just have a Sony Handycam. It's like 1080p 5:1.
What's your audio setup like? Do you have like wireless mics
inside the camera?
Oh, okay. Do you have the ability to put a mic on that thing?
Yeah.
If you get a decent shotgun mic, you could probably do a lot of stuff outside. You won't pick up a lot of wind either. Like, what is your budget like?
0?
0 or less. This has become further and further away the more and more I realize that I'm broke, or just how broke I am. So I guess I'm just sort of taking recommendations at this point.
Well, one thing I might recommend, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What about putting an ad out on Craigslist or Kijiji looking for crew? Say, guys, I can't pay you, but we want to do this as an experience. If this goes somewhere, also, I might even recommend where do you live? Like, roughly?
Waterloo.
Talk to your local colleges, talk to Conestoga. They have television students say, hey, I'm filming this project, could you loan me some of your kids for the day? They might help you. Because when I went to Niagara, we would get film crews coming to us saying, hey, we need a few hands for the day, what do you think? And the program head would say yes or no. So you might be able to get equipment and help that way in exchange for the kids getting credit on it.
Right.
So it's something to explore. Thoughts, guys?
Well, I think also if you have with Michelle's channel, if you look at the content that's on there, we've been pretty much doing it all homemade with no budget. Even some of the more recent music videos and things, the majority of it we just have a small Handycam, a 1080. What is it? It's a Panasonic 510, I think. Yeah, and we've been doing it ourselves with no budget, pretty much other than the Thriller video that we did. We did it in 2 nights, and we used some dry ice, so that cost something, and we used car headlights to light it, and fog came for free from Vancouver, so that was all good. We did that one a couple of weeks ago, or just before Halloween, and so it actually is possible to do quite a bit on your own. Now, there's another video that Black Griffin actually shot, and we did it in a forest, and it's a music video of Michelle's for I Hope You Dance, and it was just caught a good day, had a good camera, and then we're doing our editing in Adobe Premiere CS6, and I've just been, I don't have a lot of experience with editing, but that's what we've been using now, and I just did a student subscription for it, and for the way it's working is it's like 20, I think it's $25 dollars a month or something like that if you have a student number, or just a student, if there's a student that you can put the account under, or a teacher, and then all the upgrades are free, and all the extra software comes with it too. So that's what we've been doing.
Now, question, by any chance, are you in school, perchance?
Am I in school?
Yeah, by any chance.
Yes.
You can apply for grants. There are Ontario film grants you can apply for.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm in school for one course so that I can teach a course to get some money so I don't do my half. So I'm not in the, and I know that a lot of those grants are dependent on full-time enrollments.
Not always. If you apply to the Ontario Arts or something like that and say, hey, this is what I want to do, as long as you have a good outline, they'll probably give it to you.
So like screenplay and...
Yeah. If you have a screenplay, if you've got it like kind of storyboarded, stuff like that, they'll give you money to do it. I mean, as long as you're not doing copyrighted material, like you're not making like the 5th Terminator movie or something, they don't care. Because they're like, okay, it's original Canadian content. And you could even talk to your local municipality about it. Because you can even ask City Hall, like, hey, I want to do a...
Yeah, maybe.
Want to film it for me? Hold it. You can get a better angle.
Thing where they just have the mic and it goes, "Wee!" That does that.
I know. Yeah, they record this for the mic.
What's that? How long do you want me to record this? Hold it and just look past them.
Anyway,
Turn
yeah.
our gain down a little bit. There we go.
Like you just scroll in, and now you can just look at them besides the
So
camera.
yeah, this panel,
But you're
we
straight.
got YouTube and stuff, and other stuff, and
This is good.
Things you do on computers.
yeah, this is on computers. Like, so I guess we'll start off with introductions if you feel like we should.
Yeah, so,
Do what you want.
to point out who the hell we are, I'm Mike Birdman Dodd from ThisWeekGeek.net, but I also work with outlets such as Newstalk 1010 in Toronto, Clear Channel Radio in the US, Vista Radio, and other broadcast outlets. I went to school for radio and video and public relations, so been online producing content since 2007, over 1,500 hours so far, and counting. I don't do anything else. You just like to send your own voice, don't you?
Yeah. Trying to keep it in key with the constant resonance. I am Gabriel Brown over Black Griffin, and yeah, I just woke up when I went to bed at 9 a.m. because I was. Yeah. I won't do the flop right now. Yeah. I don't know.
I'd say just do it.
Yeah, do it if you can. But if it's difficult to do it, it's going to mean that you put it off for a really long time. Because I've been faced with that. In fact, I'm still waiting to do Abolitionist because they just don't have time, you know. And I feel like I should make this big conclusive thing, and for that reason, I haven't done it for a year, you know. So yeah, if you can do it, I would say do it. But also, if you don't have a subscriber base built yet, it doesn't hurt to upload it and share it around and see how people like it.
Yeah.
So, you know, another thing that you know, just, I don't see this as a blanket thing. I think it's good to have some kind of name that everyone recognizes. I made the mistake of I started out as Black Griffin on DeviantArt, but I kept my old YouTube username, and so it wasn't, you know, coinciding with how I was kind of, I don't want to say advertising myself, branding myself on DeviantArt, and so people were confused. I got accusations like this was stolen from Black Griffin, you know.
But I am Black Griffin.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. So yeah, it's good to come up with a pseudonym or your own name and stick with it.
Yeah, consistency is key for sure. Oh.
I don't know how difficult this would be to answer, but when it comes to parody, how far is too far?
Don't suck.
Well, parodies, you don't want to be cruel, you know, if making fun of something is not, I mean, it gets popular, unfortunately, something that are just complete trolling do get popular just because it's for shock factor. But I think that a funny parody. Sorry, what?
I'm agreeing. I'm saying good-natured parody.
Yeah, good-natured parody.
So, like, kind of like Weird Al as opposed to...
Exactly. It's a very, very great example of a parody. It's funny. It's not disrespectful. It's yeah. Well, I mean, it could come across as disrespectful, but it's all in good fun, and he's just taking a good song and making it funny. That's what a parody is. So as long as you don't just take it a little too far, as in cruel or rude,
Yeah, and I mean, the odds of you getting, like, pissing someone off so bad with parody that they're going to sue you, don't even worry about it, because it's parody, it's supposed to be funny. But yeah, what they're saying is absolutely, I find as long as it's good-natured, especially if it's well done, people are going to say, hey, that's funny, like, and that's what really matters in the end, as long as it's funny and people like it.
Yeah.
And then also, I'd say, the equal opportunity jerk is the best jerk. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be scathing, it's good to
pick on everybody.
Pick on everything. Yeah. Don't target one specific thing consistently, because that's what those jokes be like.
You're like,
like nothing is safe, like South Park.
They still don't know where to draw the line.
No.
Actually, so far it's bronies. That seems to be the line so far. They haven't done bronies yet.
Give it time.
Give it time.
So far, that seems to be the line at the moment.
But I honestly won't be offended if South Park does something.
It's almost like it's a good thing because it's like you're recognized.
It's like, oh, this was cool.
It's like South Park. It's like everybody is, and you're like, oh.
The bronies coming of age thing.
Yes.
And one of the things about South Park, while it does push the envelope further than it should be, it's always funny and it's always...
Not always.
I don't know, I'm trying to think what the word is. Like,
thought-provoking?
It's always, I find, really intelligently written, even if it's offensive.
Satire.
It's satire, yeah, and 9 times out of 10 it works. Besides, you see the Black Friday episode of Xbox and PS4?
Yeah.
I just got a feeling that Butters wants a Wii U.
Actually, funny statistic about the Wii U, according to some research that I just read recently, less than 1% of people want the Wii U this year. That's depressing. It's a good system, just not a lot of killer apps.
I don't play video games, but I would pick the Xbox One because of Halo 5, and that's the only reason.
Killer Instinct, you got my money, day one.
PS4. Yeah.
But now that we're diverging.
Yes, digressionally, we need one.
1% of people in the whole world is not that bad. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, but do you think they're really talking about the entire population of the Earth?
Well, yeah.
Oh. I thought it was the population of people buying a new game system.
No, I'm sure more than one person's buying new games.
Now, I actually have a bit of a story to tell Michelle, you and your mom. You guys got me a noise complaint.
What's that?
I was listening to one of your songs in my house. It was one of the remixes. I think it was Living Tombstone did it Saturday night. It shook the walls of my neighbor's apartment so bad things were falling off. Wow. Bam, 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 turn that down. Couldn't hear him. What the time he walked in my house? Oh, hi. So I just thought you'd like to know that. Thank you for the noise complaint.
You're most welcome.
Thanks for playing it.
Jump.
Any other questions out there?
Or should we just kind of jabber on about stuff, life, the universe, YouTube? You and the red!
How did you guys get involved with the Brony React videos?
Oh.
These guys?
Gabe got us involved.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
Gabe.
Yes. It took some coaxing and some money under the table.
Like deals in the middle of the night.
I don't know. I've just been doing them for a while, and then I was staying in Vancouver for a little bit, and visiting these guys a lot. And I just kind of brought it up to him. It's like, hey, it was safe in that we weren't actually reacting to an episode. It's something fan made, so it isn't technically official Pony. And we kind of.
How did you get involved?
Oh, how did I get involved?
Yeah.
I was friends with Race, just having my channel up with a bunch of stuff on it. And then Race approached me one day when I was actually at home on leave, Christmas, 2 years ago. Oh, wow. Yeah. And then, yeah, just kind of been doing it ever since then. And he has guests on periodically, depending on how well they're received by the commenters, because he reads all his comments. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy. But yeah, he just kind of gauges who will invite back. And it's in the first schedule.
And we met Race a number of times, actually, over various conventions. Actually, the first day we met him was in Disneyland, because we were in Disneyland with Final Draft and a couple of
videos I watched.
You watched them? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, and it was during the first Equestria LA, which was in last November, actually, a year ago. That's when we met him. And then so Gabe talked to me about us doing the Brody's. And I had actually been watching, so I do watch a lot of the stuff online. I do check out what the fandom's up to. And so I had seen some of the videos, and I knew they were funny. And so, Gabe approached us about it and thought about it. And yeah, I was hesitant at first, but we had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, I'd definitely do it again if it comes up. Yeah, and that was, and then Michelle, I don't know if you've seen the bonus video, but she did actually get to see the video eventually, so it's on there.
She's like, she was reacting to Smile HD.
Yeah, I don't normally watch that kind of stuff, I have to say.
I don't remember this episode.
You're treated this like really naive mother. You're just like, oh, I don't think Michelle was in this episode. Oh, I'm like,
Actually, a few of the takes, Michelle was waiting on the stairs for PQ to come in. Okay, some of it may have been scripted.
Well, not scripted as much as planned. It was all improvised.
Like if you did it, do it, and then we do it again.
There's so many outtakes though where she'll say something like, "Oh, is that blood?" And Michelle goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so stupid." Like, no, don't say that. You sound like an idiot.
Of course it's blood.
Of course, she doesn't have any trouble being forward.
Actually, one of the things that I thought to further to the topic to the YouTube topic that you guys might want to consider is just that, especially since there's people in the audience that are looking to develop their channels and market and have a branding. Just to really encourage people to take advantage of the marketing opportunities through your channel. The way that an update that happened last year where, and I say this at the same time as acknowledging we're not on top of our own things, but we're trying to be. There is an opportunity now to have a landing video on your channel so that when somebody goes there for the first time, that you can introduce yourself and say what they're going to find on your channel. Totally recommend doing that. No, that's what I'm saying. I know we need to do it, but we haven't done it yet. Making sure that you do have your playlists organized, making sure that all the videos that you do put up have links to other things that are pertinent. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you have a website, all those things that you make sure that people don't have to search around, that you have those links on your landing page with the widgets, and that you also have those links in the description of each one of your videos. And make sure you fill out your tags so people have a better chance of finding you when they're searching for content that's relevant. And all those kinds of things. So really, and then if you are on some other social media, make sure you cross-reference so that your Facebook page tells them about your YouTube channel and has a link to that, and that every one of your social media aspects and your website tell people about the other ones, because a lot of people, you may function in a variety of platforms at the same time, but some people only have one, and they may only use Twitter, but they might come across your channel for some other reason, or they may only use websites or only use YouTube. Anyway, so you can promote your own things if you stay on top of that kind of stuff. Make sure it looks relevant and current and fresh, and it doesn't look like you haven't touched it for 3 years or more.
That, and always keep the conversation going across your social media as well. Be willing to interact with people. Even if you get the odd troll. One of the things I've kind of learned by being in the Brony community is because we are so welcoming, if you start a conversation with kindness, I find the jerkness just kind of goes away, actually, which is really weird.
Actually, that's a very important thing. when someone posts something negative on my channel or on my videos, I like to say, oh, this sounds pitchy or something, just something random like that. I'll say, sorry that you didn't enjoy it. Just I don't know what kind of stuff would we say? We say,
well, yeah, I think
just be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry you felt that way.
Or if it's really just rude and terrible, ignore it. Or if it's really horrible, block them and delete it. You don't need to. You don't need to.
Trying to get them.
They don't need the what was that quote you said to the dance teacher?
You don't let people rent space in your mind for free.
Yeah, and I don't think you need to let them rent space on your YouTube channel for free either. If they're there and they're being absolutely rude and completely despicable, just stay on top of your comments and get rid. And it's not that you should censor everything and people shouldn't be able to give some critique of your content. I'm not suggesting that, but you don't need to leave profanity there if you don't like profanity. You don't need to leave really horrible, mean content there. There's no requirement to do that. But actually, Gabe, you should talk about. Gabe's really great at. He responds, and I believe a lot of his interaction with the fandom or his fan base. And the fact that he's grown so significantly in popularity is because of the real positive interaction he has with his followers. So maybe you could just comment about how you do that.
I guess so. I try to just kind of be myself, and I'm a little bit sarcastic and a little bit snarky. But I try to do that without being.
Hello, I'm here with the Sabroni still. Can't wrap it up.
And it is that part of the day where there's not much to do.
Nothing really.
Spent basically the last of my money. I'm saving like $1.50 in nickels and dimes for something at the airport.
Yeah. There's just the Iron Pony competition, and then there's a podcast thing. There's nothing for a couple hours.
Yeah. What are we waiting for? The music concert, I guess? Or?
No, that's the same time as the clubs and ceremonies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because they like to conflict stuff.
Oh well.
But next year will be better.
Yeah.
So it'll be more organized. You can barely see me and him. There we go. But my memory's getting low, so I'm going to save the remaining.
It's a quick little video.
And
nothing else to do.
Nope. Bye.
Where? He just ran behind us, but I don't think he started recording.